The strawberries are starting to come to an end, although I have a few more promises of some more fruit coming through. But we have had lots of strawberries, and we have so many blackberries ripening up. I need to make some blackberry jelly. Go around the other side. Go around the other side. Yes, just look at them all. Just look at them all. And I've picked some today as well. So we have lots of little buggies in them, little caterpillar type bugs, which reminds me of when I was a kid. We used to go and pick them wild, and then you had to make sure you didn't eat the bug. So it's sort of like I have a little bit of an off-putting thought process when I'm picking them. But anyway, we're going to make some blackcurrant jelly. And it's so hot at the moment. I've just watered this and it's still not happy. We've got quite a few tomatoes on here that are starting to ripen. Well, they're not starting to ripen, they're still green. And then I think this one is beefsteak. And I think this is a cherry. I think it's a Sunshine 100, which is a yellow cherry. And this year I haven't pruned my tomatoes. I've just let them grow. I've just let them do their own thing. So we'll see what happens with that. This cucumber plant has got lots of, we've had quite a few off it already, and it's got lots of promises. Oops, just fell over a board. Where are they all? There we got promise there. So we've got a few promises of cucumbers. Oh look, we've got a couple down there that are a little bit more than a promise, but leave them on for longer. This courgette plant has been prolific. There's one there that didn't quite make the grade. I've just got about 4 off that. In here we've had a courgette plant that's been quite prolific, and I'm having a bit of difficulty with my brassicas. As you can see, we've got a little bit of a nibbling going on, and of course we've got the white butterfly, so I keep blasting the little cells off the plant. So we've got, this one is doing its thing again. We've got some courgettes coming on there. But I want to show you these pumpkins. Look at the pumpkins and the butternut squash. But the pumpkins are really interesting because this season I got some seeds for a heritage variety of pumpkin. And look at them all in there. There's about 5-6 pumpkins, and there's a whole heap more in here. See if you can get a better picture. And apparently they start off yellow and then they turn sort of greeny coloured when they're mature. I'll go over there in a minute. This plant is more blackberries, but it gets eaten by the alpacas. They come over the fence and eat it. So I've got some work to do there. So much work. There's always work to do in the garden. You can see how dry we've been. The ground is cracking. I've got a whole heap of butternut squashes going on in here. We're going to have so many of these. And this is sprawling out everywhere. And we've got a heap of them sprawling out here. All the tomatoes in here are self-seeded. I didn't plant any tomato plants. And so now I'm trying to remember what plants I had in here. I think I had beefsteak, I had Sunshine 100's little yellow cherries, and some Romas around the other side, but we'll see what happens. And what have we got down here? We've got some butternut squashes coming. I think there's a big one down here. Nice big one, can you see it? And in the middle of there is my red onions, which might have to wait a bit. Our bees are enjoying the borage. And aren't the sunflowers pretty? Aren't they pretty? Lovely. So the bees are here doing their thing. Try not to disturb them during the day. I've got some beetroot in here as well, and I'm sure I planted some honeydew melons in there, but I must have had the label falling off again because either they've died or they've turned into butternut squash. You can see I've got some coming in the fence there, and I think we had a big one down the side as well. So the potatoes are still in flower, and they're doing their own thing. Where it's all browning off over the other side there is ready to harvest. Look at all those bees. Can you see all those bees on the borage? I love it when they come around, but I don't really like the bees. That's been harvested. This is tomatoes, and again I have staked them, and they were tied to the stick to start with, but they're not now, so I've got to stake them up. But they're just doing their own thing, and like, we've been so hot. I did water everything this morning, but everything is thirsty again, looking like they need another drink. Over here, last year I had so many watermelons, and this is my one watermelon. I don't know if you can see him in there. Can you see him in there underneath there? There he is. And yeah, so I'm not sure whether we're going to get any more than that. Over this side I have harvested most of the corn, so I need to pull the sticks up. I haven't done that yet, but most of the corn has come off, and there's a little bit of a corn stand here. The silks haven't gone completely brown yet, so I'll leave those. I pulled up the leeks and some of the onions. Where did you come from? So this tomato is a Sunshine 100, because this is what I planted over here, and I think this blooming thing is growing outside the bed. But anyway, and we've got more Sunshine 100s here because that's what we planted. We can see them when they go yellow. There are just so many on a bush. We get really inordinate. There's a few onions in there, and some kumara sweet potatoes growing in here. So everything is just, we're in the middle of our summer now, so everything is starting to look a little bit overgrown and wild. I've got a job of harvesting those potatoes that have died back there, and there's some more kumara growing there, and lots of weeds. So that's a bit of an update on where things are at with the garden. We're going to have lots of potatoes again, but I'm looking forward to eating those different pumpkins. They're not a very big pumpkin, which is probably good because I'm the only one that likes pumpkins in my house. I can hear a cat mowing. Meow. Are you in there? Puss? Meow. It's probably a good place to be, actually, with all this heat that's around, to hide in the middle of the... Oh, there he is. Another butternut squash in there. Here he is. Puss. That's a scaredy puss. This is Jacob. And we got another butternut squash there. See, some of these are a little bit over. The watering's been a bit intermittent. Hi, Jacob. So yeah, that is the garden, and Chloe's just going to walk right through my pumpkin butternut squash. Thanks, Chloe. We'll catch you later. This is what we've got to. Everything is a little hot. Everything is a little hot. Did you pinch something? What did you pinch? What you got? Trixie, drop. What you got? Come here. What have you got? She's got one of the ornamental pears. Very sour. Oh, and this is the harvest of the corn and the leeks. Look at the big leeks. The onions are just about ready to get stored. I pulled them out, they were quite small, but that's alright, we don't mind. And I'm eating the corn quite a lot, so catch you all later.